All right, you might have heard about this. Exxon and Chevron, both fuel companies, reported windfall profits for the second quarter, all of it related to the elevated crude oil prices, all of that due to the war in Iran. President Donald Trump says the oil major companies, he says, have made too much money. Well, is there anything that he can do about that? Is there anything we can do about that? We're going to check in with Anna Rathbun. She is the CEO and founder of Grenadilla Advisory. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So I'm going to say it more plainly. Basically, there's a war. We're paying more for the gas. The gas companies are making money. And the president says, that's not right. But you had an interesting observation about that.
Yeah, so I mean, one really quick way to lower gas prices is to open up the Strait of Hormuz to the way it was before. That is one, unilateral thing somebody can do. As far as oil majors or oil companies are concerned, they do not have a magic lever where that they can pull to lower oil prices. So their profit margin this quarter was a result of it's something that they experienced. It's not something that they, orchestrated. And from pumping oil in the Middle East or anywhere else, all the way to gasoline in your car, there are a lot of different processes in that production line, and a lot of different things can happen. Shortages can occur, etc. So no one person or no one entity can actually lower prices.
So, and that's a great question. We know that the prices go up because demand is higher, right? So certainly they're trying to get the oil to the American consumer, the gas to the American consumer any way they can, but we're paying more because we want it more, right?
Yes, I mean, these are summer months. A lot of people are going on road trips, so there definitely is a higher seasonal demand. Now, we do have a lot of crude oil. America is energy independent. So the question is, why don't we have enough supply? Well, that supply constraint is actually happening when we're trying to refine that crude oil to become gasoline. So again, it's not just about crude oil, what we hear from Exxon on the upstream. It's not even about the higher demand during the summer months. It's really that squeeze that we have in the United States of refining that crude oil so that you can put it into your car. And that is partly what's causing the shortage in supply.
And is that different in the United States? And forgive me if you don't know this, but is that different in the United States than how it is in Europe and other countries? I mean, first of all, we drive more here, right? We really demand that most of us get into a car. We're not big mass transit people for the majority of this country. Is that the differentiator, or is it that they refine the crude oil differently in different countries?
The refineries, I don't have a count in my head for outside of the United States, but I will tell you that they have other problems. And the other problem is that they definitely depend on oil from the Middle East, whereas we do not. So they have other problems to contend with, which is that the shortage is not necessarily happening at the refineries. It's actually happening at the fountainhead, which is where you get the crude oil. So everyone is having problems right now.
Yeah. And there's really no solution in sight, because the other thing that we've learned now that we've gone through oil one-on-one training since this all began is that or the crude oil is a futures market, right? So it's like the gas production companies, they've already bet on what the crude oil price is going to be in a month or two ahead, right? So the decision's already been made.
Yes. So the gas that you're buying from, wherever you get your gasoline for your car, it's been sitting there for a few days. The refiners who supply that oil, they've been sitting there for a few months, and all of that was decided from futures prices prior to that, right? So
Yeah.
we're experiencing something of a lag in oil prices. And if you remember, that lag is when oil prices were relatively high. So you're going to continue to experience the lag. If oil prices go down by a lot, there's also going to be a lag for you to experience lower prices.
So what's your suggestion? We stay home. We figure out how to do mass transit. What are you doing in your household?
You know, I think we should still all live our lives to the extent that we can, but you do have to manage around it. if oil prices are high and gasoline prices are high, there's nothing any of us can do about it. But if we can actually direct those dollars from somewhere else and manage other areas of our lives, I think that's the way to manage it instead of, don't stay home. Don't drive less. Go on your vacation.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to have fun. Anna Rathbun, we love checking in with you. Thank you so much. Again, she's the CEO and founder of Grenadilla Advisory. Thank you for your insight. We appreciate it.